YouTube. How we doing this bright and early morning? It's bright more early for me than for you guys because I've been driving since three o'clock this morning. Uh, Kind of pushing it. I gotta get this load to a certain place. It's called Lad Avenue, which I quite I kind of hate. To be honest with you, they're backwards. Pain in the butt. Good morning. Good morning. They uh they kind of you know it's just a pain in the butt place to go. But I mean, I've got three loads after this back to back, so I got to make it. Um, I don't like to run with my fuel tanks this low, but it's saying that I'll have about 200 miles to go before I'm empty. So I'm gonna go ahead and go straight there because if I stop, it's gonna make me late. Stop the fuel. But it is what it is. Good morning, everyone. Welcome in, welcome in. Um, I kind of realized yesterday that some stuff kind of sort of still bothers me, and you know, yeah, you're supposed to be over a whole lot of things, but like I was said yesterday, I'm what was told to me yesterday. I'm an anomaly. It's probably why I shouldn't be talking about because I remind myself of things that happened to me in the past. But it's maybe just needs to be said because you know you go your whole life where you don't want to be hurt. You let everybody know that you don't want to be hurt, but people still hurt you anyway. Um, from family members to people at work to people that you trusted in your life with very important secrets. It goes down to, hey, I trusted you. I trusted you with my feelings. I trusted you with this, and and you just spit on it. What I know now when I think back at my past that these things were red flags. I didn't even know what a red flag was. I lived under this, you know, maybe it's fantasy bubble that the world is going to treat you like you treat people. Who knows? Who really knows? And don't get me wrong, I'm not mad. I don't know what I am. I be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know what I am, but I do know that I strive to be a better person. I strive to be a better man because a lot of times, you know, I come from an old school family. I wasn't taught. I wasn't taught what I should have what I know now. You know, it's like living, I guess, the hard knock life that you learn from mistakes, that you guard yourself. But I'm still a hopeless romantic. I should not have to guard myself to people that I thought would be either my friends, my lovers, my family, or whatever. But I know now from years of hurt, years of pain, that I have to guard myself. And that's a crying shame. But I do. Yes, I have to guard myself. Sometimes I think back for a short second or two. Well, this person did me this, and I should have let it go. But how do you tell yourself to let? You can tell your conscious self. Now I'm gonna get deep on you. You can tell your conscious self that, yeah, I've let it go. But did your subconscious self let it go? The stuff come back to you in your dreams. Does bringing up a certain person's name just automatically aggravates you? You know, a lot of times when we think that person or have that whoever this person did whatever, it could be anything, and you just and then you even talk more to yourself. I've let it go. I've let it go. I've let it go. And you're actually re-aggravating the scar. It's like how like when you don't used to just peel the scab to see if it was healed yet, and then blood would still come out. Sometimes you're actually re-aggravating yourself, and when you think that you actually got over something, when you really have, and you know your subconscious is holding on for dear life because your subconscious is so used to that pain that that's normal. So when a normal actual lifestyle is in it, you can't handle normal. Isn't that weird? I remember I've been with my wife. We've been married what 6 years, and we've been together 8. A lot of that I was looking for the first couple of years. I was looking for the the ball to drop or the boom, because this is too normal. This is too um this is too okay for me. I'm used to attention, but it was all negative attention. And then when your body, when you're hurting and your subconscious is hurting, but your conscious is saying, "Hey, wow, this is great," but your subconscious is, "Nah, nah, nah. I'm gonna hold on to the, I'm gonna hold on to the effed up stuff. Cause this is what I'm used to." And I remember it. I don't know when it happened. I think it was about a year or two back that my subconscious let go of something that was hurting me beyond measure. And I never looked back. I don't know. I don't got the answers. I don't have the steps to battle internal pain, but I know how it feels because I don't like how it feels. I don't like that type of pain. You know, I guess I don't know what I was mad at my wife about or something, but I remembered. I think I didn't talk to her for like 2 days, and I remembered. You know, I said to myself, I know she doesn't have bad intentions to me. I know she doesn't want to see me hurt, but and I realized that she is still getting over a lot of hurt. And I make efforts, I make strides. And I realized that in a good relationship, it's not just love, because a person can love you and go for the juggler. I mean, can go for can go for some serious blood loss because they know your deepest, darkest, um, your deepest, darkest hurts, your deepest, darkest feelings. Your they know where to hit you below the belt. And I had been so afraid of my anger because being an emotional empath, it comes in waves, and when I say waves, it's more intense than the normal folks. It takes me longer to get over stuff because it's so internal that I pick up on things that other people don't see, and I hate it. I I believe this is a curse from day one, and that comes from coming up in such a harsh environment. That, and I read up on it. It's it made me so hypersensitive that you know it's not just hurt, but it's anger, and I'm talking an intense anger. So I choose, guys, I choose to be polite. I choose to be gentle because I don't want that person coming out of me. I don't, I have that choice. I have that choice now because I recognize it. And I remember, there's a few times where it almost came out, and I warned my wife, please, don't bring me to that point because I have what's Tourette syndrome. I'll defend myself on something so mediocre, something so small that I'll die on that hill, but I'll destroy our relationship. And I've always had that fear. I've always had that, that downright, fear that the ball's going to drop. And, you know, each year it gets lower. Each year it gets easier. And by me constantly checking myself, I realize that I have a lot of work to do on my eternal, on my eternal soul, eternal feelings, eternal everything. I don't know why I'm talking about this today, but it seems that when I talk about stuff, it gets it all out and open and whatever, and it makes me feel better, and it makes me want to do better and be better. And don't get me wrong, I love my wife to death, but I think in with my case, I think liking her as a person is more stronger than love. Because when you like someone, you don't want to hurt their feelings. When you like someone, you actually think before you speak. When you like someone, you really can't stay mad at them. When you like someone, you you appreciate and you take the time for anything and everything. I talk about my wife a lot. She can be a pain in the royal keister, but I deeply, deeply love her, but I like her even more. And yeah, I spend hours upon hours outside doing, you know, playing with Milan and stuff like that. But I do that because I want her to know that I want your home to be beautiful. Yes, it's my home too, but I want your home. You're the queen of this castle. I want your home to be beautiful. And all I'm looking for is a pat on the back. All I'm looking for is, wow, that looks nice, babe. And that takes all the hours of, throwing my back out, having the pain and doing all this and, this, that, and the other. I have that smile on my face, that giggle like, she said it, look, she said, good job. Because that's all I really want. It's nothing wrong with knowing that you're still an effed up person. But, and there's nothing wrong with recognizing that you're still an effed up person. And again, guys, I'm not talking down about myself. This is how I deal with things. But I am a work in progress. I was I was when I first met my wife, I was rusted, full of holes. Like they say, put on the full armor of God. My armor was full of holes, rusted, um, tainted, you know, parts of my armor was missing, you know, and each year parts of my armor have been, the holes have been filled up. Each year parts of my armor have been ground down. The rust has been removed. The dents have been pushed back out. The 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 shine is starting to shine again. And I still have parts of my armor that still have holes in them. So that's what I come today to say that, I'm a work in progress. And I have no problem with saying that I'm a work in progress. And I appreciate the ones that recognize that they are a work in progress. Because you know what we do nowadays? This is what we do nowadays. It's everybody's fault but mine. You guys, y'all did this to me, you did this to me, you did this to me. But the embarrassing part, it's not the fact that whoever hurt me. The embarrassing and more painful part is I let them hurt me. And each time when I get over the hurt that I let someone hurt me, I let you come through the front door. Instead of letting you come through the front door and opening the back door and letting you keep on walking. You get what I'm saying? And that's the part that I think my subconscious has a hard time getting over. As big burly as the person that I am, I don't take crap from nobody, blah blah blah, F bomb this, F bomb that. But the fact is that I let people in my life come in and I let them hurt me because of my personality. I'm a caring person. I give a flip. And I remember because it came to remember. I remember once or twice where I decided, nope, I'm not going to do it no more. I don't care. It's going to be all about me. And I hurt two people like people have hurt me. And do you think I enjoyed it? Nope. I was more in pain than ever because I hurt someone like it's been done to me. And I remember I put out, this was years ago, guys, so don't think I'm this evil person. But I put it out to to God and everybody that I was sorry, and that I'm so sorry that and regret that I hurt someone like they hurt me. And I'm not gonna tell what it is and what I did, but I did. And I I understand now because when boy I could tell y'all I'm a slow learner, but when I learn, I learn. I understand now that I have to be me, and if I can't be me, I will never be happy. So, you know, last not couple of years, but the last 8 years, I just been me, and it used to be I couldn't look myself in the mirror. I couldn't look myself in the mirror, but with the help of friends and the help of loved ones, I can actually look myself in the mirror. You know, I can actually make informed decisions. Like we always say, well, yeah, 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 yeah. I make decisions. But when you make so many decisions and they all were freaking wrong, was you taking the time out to just sit there and really think about it? You know what I mean? Just really think about your decision. I'm. It's funny. God put someone in my life that you know because of her past, she don't like she don't like alcohol. She don't like drinking. And I understand that. And you know, I've done some dumb things in this marriage. You know, but I've done some other things. And it's funny how in my past, y'all know you guys know y'all are my this is my couch session today. You know, I've done things in my past. I ain't gonna say I'm not putting everything out there, but I've never sat down until these last 8 years and really thought about, okay, what should I do next? What should I, is this okay? And I'm happy about the decisions I've made. I mean, I tell the story. I tell it all the time. I was terrified. You know, I I'm not that type of person. When I had a bad marriage, I did not want to go into another marriage the same way I did. But I wanted to make sure that the woman I married this time was the one meant for me. And I didn't have, we call it, I didn't have this list a mile long because I remember, and I was, you get this list on these dating sites. My man had to have this. He had to have that. He has to have six pack abs. He has to make 200, $300,000 a year. No baby mama drama. All of this stuff. But you so big, you so fat. Now, don't get me wrong. I was pushing 300 when I was saying this, so I'm fat too. I'm still fat. I still consider myself fat. I'm fat too. But you so fat that you don't want to do a full body picture of yourself, but you want a Negro that has six pack ass, but you big as a house. Oh no, but you gotta love big beautiful women. No, no, you not big and beautiful. You obese just like me. So I had to sit back, and I'm not gonna go on that tantrum. I had to sit back and I had to say to myself, okay, what do I want? Because I'm telling you guys, I used to get on these dating sites, and I literally would start fights, and I'd go back and forth like because I would just start fights just for the heck of it. And it's so funny because I finally realized, look, I'm not being nice. Let me cut it out. I'm just taking out my frustration on these people. That this is what they want. That's what they want. And I remember when I had all this stuff in my profile, and I was like, all this mess is a lie. And I literally said, I started deleting everything. And I just said, I remember he said, I like to walk. I remember I said, I like to walk. And I was going to put the rest of it was walk up to the liquor store to get a bottle of liquor because I was still hurting from almost dying, you know, um, a few months prior. Never got no counseling for that truck accident and nothing. And I said, you know what? They gonna think I'm an alkie. So I said I just put I just like to walk. And that was it. And lo and behold, this is so this I know it was God. I said, lo and behold, I got it, and I was about to delete that online dating account. I was about to delete it, and I got a hit. I got a message, and the message was simple. I like to walk, and I was so frustrated. I said, "Well, you do?" I said, and I messaged back, "You do?" And I said, "Well, maybe you'd like to walk sometime." And she said, uh, she had said, "Yeah." And I said, "When would you like to go walking?" Now, granted, I just blew the engine in my pickup truck. I had an old white, work truck, and I was in town, and I just blew the engine on my pickup truck. And the lady said, "Well, when would you like to work?" I said, well, "Would Saturday be okay?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, let's go walking in Stone Mountain." I said, "Great. What time?" And we had a time and everything. And I remember going home. I was like, well, no, I wasn't, really excited. Whatever. I said, well, I had an old pair of, not old, but they were just dingy. Not even dingy. They were just. I was a hot mess. I'll be honest with you. I was just a hot mess. I didn't have the Under Armour shirts or all that. I just had what I had, and I wasn't matching the whole 9 yards. It was just hilarious, and I didn't even have walking sneakers. I had these cheap flat sneakers that were killing me because I have bad fat feet. And that I remember that day. I went to Stone Mountain and went to the bathroom and I'm not even gonna say it, but I went to the bathroom and I did get everything out when I went to the bathroom. So I looked down and I had daggone pee stain in the front of my sweatpants. Because I'm old. Getting old, it's hard for men to hold when you got low testosterone. But later I found out I got low testosterone. I was so embarrassed. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna pull through it. I started looking around. I said, and I realized, wait a minute, I don't have this person's number I'm supposed to meet up. I don't even know what they look. And and then I got on Facebook and she was standing literally cat a corner to where I was standing. And she got up and walked over. And this is the funny part. I was a hot mess. She was a hot mess because the woman had just came back from boot camp, and we started walking. And here's the funny part: they don't tell you about Stone Mountain. What the funny part I don't tell you about Stone Mountain? It's not the walk up Stone Mountain. It's that initial, from the bathrooms up. It's an incline that you don't realize it'll take you out, especially when you're out of shape. Because I was out of shape, but we just started talking, and I just started unloading how I hate dating. This sucks. I'd rather go fight in Afghanistan than the phony baloney people that are out here. I just unloaded. I said I wish someone just like me for me. And we walked all the way up. We stopped about like 19 times because we both were out of breath because she had just did boot camp. And you know, long story short, even though I'm making a long story, um, she just was quiet and just listening very intently, just listen to every word I said. And I said what I was looking for, and this is the first time I was this honest in my life. I was so honest about how I was feeling, and I said I just want a friend. In other words, I was lonely. I was miserable, lonely, and trying to figure out how harsh life could be because it was harsh to me. And at the end, I forgot. My father had owned a tire repair shop, and I said, "Hey, Dad, can I, borrow, this lady?" And I tore up, the truck tore up, and the engine mounts were bad. So when the truck moved, The whole truck was shaking. The whole thing, it was a hot mess, but I didn't care. I didn't care about my parents. I didn't care about nothing. But I just wanted to go walk and talk with someone and just see how it was. And, we had a good, well, we not really a good talk because all I was doing was flapping off the gums. And the hilarious part was when we was on the way out, and now I know. I said, I'm at this parking lot over here. Where are you at? She said, I'm outside the main gate. I said, would you like to give you a lift? And I, when we got to the truck, I realized, oh crap, this woman gonna see how effed up this truck is. And I explained, what was going on. I'm sitting there laughing, and I said, this woman gonna, effed up this truck is. And she said, that's all right. And she got in, and we left, and we left in the Sanford and Son mobile. I'm going slow. So I didn't shake it to death. Kept on looking over there like, God, I just want to die. This is how funny this was. I just want to die. And it was still okay. We got to her car, which was a convertible BMW. And I got out. I hugged her and I said, thank you, thanks for, a good walk, whatever this was, walk date or whatever. And, we we ended it at that. And I remember when I got back to the shop, everybody like, yeah, I said, how was it? How was it? What kind of car was she driving? All of the superficial, all of the superficial crap that guys normally do. And again, at this point, I didn't care. I said, well, when I was driving on, I said, this is a nice woman. Maybe, maybe she'll want to be my friend. That when I come into town, we go out, have dinner, go see a movie. And that was it. That's all I was thinking. And the funny part was, they were like, well, what kind of car? And I was like, well, BMW something. I don't know. And I don't know if it was that day or whatever. She had called me, and then we had exchanged numbers, and we started talking and started talking and started talking. And I really liked this person. And, I got back in the truck, started driving again. And I remembered I had a Boost Mobile prepaid phone. Boy, I was hurting so bad. I had Boost Mobile prepaid phone. And I remember they were sending me to some state where I knew for a fact that if we go in that state, I'm gonna be not be able to call her with this cheap behind phone. So you know, text her and let her know what was going on, and that was before all of the other stuff. The world ticked off, Facebook, all this other stuff where you could contact people. I had found these apps where I could send texts, when I stopped at a truck stop or whatever, because I didn't want her to think I was ghosting her. I really wanted a friend. And later on, when I came back into town, we talked. We actually talked every day. I came back into town and I met her at a bar. Now, I met her at a bar. I was with my cousins one night, and when she came in, and I turned around and my freaking jaw dropped. When I say she was freaking beautiful, I was a loss for words. And Clueless Joe, that's me, I'm thinking before that I guess we were just gonna be friends because nobody wanted me. That's how I was thinking. But when she came in and was, I mean, she was stunning. I'll never forget that. She was stunning. The hair was everything. And I was like, holy shit. And I went from just wanting to be friends to wanting to be more because sometimes you look for those hints or whatever. You look for the whatever that say if this person's interested in you. And I didn't know this dating stuff. I was totally clueless. But it turned out that woman became my wife. And because I went about it looking for a friend instead of looking for a woman slash sexual partner slash all this other crap that all of us guys do. I was looking for a friend. And that friend became my wife. To this day, we talk every day on the phone. Instead of a few times when I'm asleep, because I got to get up. Like today, I had to get up. So I'm like, I can't answer this phone. She'll have me on there for hours. And what I say by that, God will give you what you need. And every once in a while, what you want and need will become the same thing. And at that moment, when I seen her at that bar looking like that, I knew God had given me what I needed was a friend. And then at that bar, when I seen her looking just almost beautiful and beautiful to me. So if y'all want to come for me, don't go there. But she was stunning, and she became what I wanted because I didn't know what I wanted until I seen her, and I'm like, oh my god. I was like, oh my god. And what do I say by that? We got all these people that say, now I got to work on me for years or whatever, and you're going to be more miserable and go further down into the depths of hell where it's going to be hard to pull you out of that. Well, I'm working on myself. I'm working on myself. Well, you know what? I said, you know what? I'm a work in progress, but look, I need to be a work in progress and have a friend in my life that that's going to help me through a whole lot. And that's it's just been the situation ever since. It's been everything I wanted and needed. It's been the situation ever since. And that's why a lot of times you see if I say something about her, it's not just because I'm not showing off. I'm very appreciative. I'm very happy that someone came in my life. And don't granted, she ain't perfect, but she's perfect for me. You know what I'm saying? Perfect to the T for me. You know, I am so happy, and I never want the ball to drop. I never want it to drop. I never want this enjoyment to ever disappear. It might, I'm hoping it don't. You know what I mean? I'm hoping it don't. And these things, a lot of times you see stuff go wrong because people don't appreciate the person that they're with. People don't appreciate the love that they have, the friendship that they have. And it's so funny. I posted on Facebook. It was something out of what's that movie? Not the movie, the TV show with the geniuses. And the guy says, It says you can't. It says to the wife, you can't be my best friend. And she says, why not? I can be your best friend. He said, well, who do I go to complain about you? And that's the hilarious part, and it's so true. Who do I go to complain about you? But see, here's the thing: I can go to someone and complain about you, but don't you dare! What? Don't you dare! Don't you don't don't come for my wife. You just better listen. And I know I got a good friend that's like that too. He he he, he'll say stuff about the wife, and I'll just nod my head because I know if I even say something even close to negative, I'm gonna get my head ripped right out of the socket. You know what I mean? So you know, and I know. But I don't know why I said it this morning because I'm not sad, I'm not mad, um you know I'm not looking for sympathy or anything like that. But I just know that for having so long of my adult years being miserable to having years of being happy, years of you know just being content. People like I got to get the bag. I got to get no. I got to get I got to get the bills paid, and I got to get home because I have a home now. Wherever I've been before this last 8 years, I never had a home, even though I owned a home. It wasn't my home. You know, it was funny when we was still dating, and I was. She gets mad when I say it, but I was so terrified. But I wrote a list of stuff before I asked this woman to marry me. She's gonna have to show me this, 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 and this. And honest to God, truth, they were just the check marks were coming off left and right all over the place. And I remember when she's like, I want a home. I lost my other home just like I did, and you know, I didn't even want any part of the home. I just wanted to be with her and around her, and with her. And I remember I had about $3,000 saved up, and she called me up. She was kind of distraught, and it's like, they want this much down, and I don't have it. And I said, well, how much do you need? She said, I need about 3,000. And I remember saying, well, I got 3,000. You can have it if you want it. She's like, really? I said, yeah, because I wasn't used to being in a real solid relationship. I wasn't used to it. And I wasn't trying to buy her off. So if y'all thinking that, no, I just was happy. And I knew that she made me happy. And I wanted to continue to be happy. And if I knew that this woman getting this house was going to make her happy, that was going to rub off on me. And I said, okay, well, here you go. Yeah, hey, you want me to send it to you? I can do blah blah blah, and she said, well, next time you're in town, just get a cashier's check or whatever. And I didn't think about, she's gonna rip me off, kick me out. No, I just said, I thought this woman makes me happy, and I want to make her happy. And I remember thinking that, I totally forgot it. And Charles reminded me years later, totally forgot about that. But that was one of the things that I was so content. I'm still that content around her. A lot of people that you're married and y'all really can't stand each other, but you're faking the funk. I remember that you know I gave it to her, and we was in closing, And I had this phobia of owning another house because I had just lost mine. Not just, but you guys know what I mean. I It took years for that place to become my home. But doing the dating and everything, she didn't think she'd get married again either. And I remember it. I got the ring, and I could post it again. It's in my library. She was the missing part of me. I found the one, and like, right now, I'm getting all emotional when I'm thinking about it. I found the missing part of me, and daggone it, I deserve it. You know. So if anybody thinks I don't give a flip about my wife, no, she has my utmost respect. Um, that's why, even now I'm like, okay, I kind of overextended myself going on two cruises 6 months apart from each other, then flying to New York. So I got to dig deep, get my bills back under control, you know, and go from there. The the things that bring about a happiness, guys, you got to find it. Sometimes it'll just come out of the blue. It'll come out the blue to make us and keep us happy. You know what I mean? It'll appear when you least expect it. It'll be there for you. And if it doesn't, and you've prayed and prayed and prayed, don't turn your back on God because He has a plan. It's not always it's not always in our time. He has a plan. And I appreciate the plan, but I'm like, Lord, you could have been a whole lot quicker than this. I could have had more time, you know. But I'm gonna take what I can get. You know what I mean? I'm gonna take what I can get, and I'm just gonna be thankful. Dre Lachey has said that on one of her lives that she just was thankful, and because we all we all grow, we all evolve into the people we are today. Some of us were butt heads. I'm being polite. I'm being polite here. But some of us never wanted to be a butthead, was a butthead for a short period of time, and then came out of it and has been redeemed ever since. I don't know, guys. Am I mumbling or is there a point? I don't know. I feel nostalgic because I remember when I started thinking about what happened to me, how I let this one do this, let this one do that, let this one and that one and did blah blah blah. It hurt me to my core. But now when I think about it, I'm like, it is what it is. That's the past. I'm not saying get over it, but look towards the future. Look towards the goodness. Look towards the blessings. Look towards the things that's going to make you happy and remember why are we here. You know what I mean? Hold up. I'm gonna. Oh, Cincinnati, Cincinnati, and but I'm gonna cut that short, guys, because I'm starting to get emotional, and I might start boo-hooing on this dang on thing. We don't need that this early in the morning. I need to see the drive, not be boo-hooing. But I'd like to invite y'all out tomorrow. Uh, I will be. here, same bat time, same bat channel, because the hypathon is tomorrow. I'm looking for, you know, some people to come in, cheer me on. you know, I've set up a montage. What I do when I do my hypathons, I do a montage of what my channel's about. Um, I'm trying not to have it too long, but you know, some funny things that had happened with walking when Charles took me out to the middle of blinking nowhere, and we were hiking through the jungles of Georgia. That was funny. That almost wore me the heck out. Um, Me working on my, you know, my lawn, on my lawnmowers and finding enjoyment in that, and you know, cruising. So I'm just spelling out who I am on this channel. Can't stop walking, but love mowing and cruising. You know, um, we've moved to a different level on this channel. You know, talking about you know, certain things that are going on in my life, and you know, keep working on self improvement, self help. Because a lot of people don't understand. You know, but there's a there's a set of niches in here for all those things that I talked about. Um, and the thing about self help, self improvement, some things, guys, see, the we don't have the knowledge that and the understanding. And I'm gonna use a prime example. A lot of everybody thinks, well, when you're depressed, you're just not happy, and you need to suck it up and show some happiness. Well, I know someone who, for most of their adult life, needed a CPAP machine and they didn't know it. And all those years of stopping breathing, I think it's like 60 times a minute, all those times of stop breathing, the doctors found out for 10 to 15, 20 years, the doctors found out that it messed up my friend's uh, blood chemistry, his brain chemistry. It messed it up. So now my friend is chronically depressed. What does that mean? That his chemistry is missing certain things. So he has to take drugs for the rest of his life to be the person he's trying to be. And a lot of times it takes time because the psychiatrist has to find the right set of drugs to keep my friend on the right path, the right walk, the right everything. And people look, well, they should be happy. No, it's not like that. And when it gets explained to you by what someone's going through, you know, like my man, they do Anthony Bourdain. He had everything, but he wound up hanging himself in a 5-star hotel in France. And it's not because he was just not happy. It was probably a chemical imbalance. And when you feel like the cloud is so heavy upon you that nothing's going to fix it, that's where you got to understand. That's when you got to know that, hey, you need help. You need something to, you know, something and someone to talk you through it. You know, a lot of times we, you know, especially African Americans, suck it up. You don't want nobody to know you crazy. And then we got the cousin Pookie that's living in the house in the back room, you know, that's doing all kind of cuckoo crazy stuff, but you don't want to take him in to get counseling. You don't want to take him, you know, to the psychiatrist to balance out that chemical imbalance. We think we can fix it with some with some ibuprofen and whatever. Come on, come on, guys, get real, get real. A lot of people are hiding a lot of pain. A lot of people are hiding a lot of hurt. A lot of people are hiding a lot of stuff that they don't know how to combat it. You got a lot of people that's ex-military. They just dump them out on the street after you done killed so many daggone people. You're not giving counseling. You're not giving the proper aftercare because you were doing what you were told to do. You were giving orders, and God help you if you didn't do it. You see what I'm saying? And that's why you see a lot of the military guys, they're alcoholics and all kind of stuff, and because they were not given the proper help. They were not given the proper environment to heal correctly. You know those things. It's just not right. And again, life isn't right. But when you have a friend that knows what you've been through, all you can do is be a friend and say, "Hey, I'm here for you." Or you can have a friend say that to you, "Hey, I'm here for you." Know that you have a safe haven. If you need to speak out, call me. We good, you know. And even if the world's turned upside down, and that one person says, "Look, so I think he's right. If he can do it, I can do it." And let me make the effort to sit back and what the heck did I do? Oh, I don't know what they flashing me for. Who knows? I'm just saying, guys, we just got to be there for each other. You got a lot of people that are on these YouTube streets. You could see it in their anger. That one that it was a couple of weeks back. Not a couple. It was the last hypathon, and my man African Dreamer's wife, boy, she had to put homegirl in a place. But I kind of felt sorry for homegirl, not for what she said because she said what she said and did what she did, but you can tell that person was hurting. Now and the only way that they knew how to deal with it was the negative attention, the going to other people's lives and trying to get everybody on their side and trying to do this and trying to do that and not realizing that, hey, maybe just maybe you the problem. You know what I'm saying? And not checking your heart self. These are the things that people don't realize, people don't see. But I see the other stuff in the background that that person's hurting. I don't know how to fix it because I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist or a counselor. I don't have nothing. I'm not saying that I know what I'm talking about because I could put up that banner, but I'm driving right now. It says, you know, I don't know. It says I don't know what I'm talking about, but I just like talking. And again, take what I'm saying as a grain of sand, a grain of salt, or whatever. But I'm just saying it because I feel that it needs to be said. It needs to come out of my mouth and go to the world. After that, if you ingest it, that's on you. If you spit it back out, do like I'm doing right now. Give me a little bit of water. But just know, a lot of times we don't realize that someone gives a flip. You know, I don't know why. Again, I don't know why this was brought up today. I plan and try. I will try to be more uplifting and positive. You know, tomorrow morning. But if you didn't get anything out of this, just know that someone's been where you've been. If you've been where I've been talking about all day, I've been where you've been, and there's always a way out. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. Don't look like it is. It looks just as dark over there right now. Like right now, it looks dark out here. But there's a song that I love all the time. It says, "The sun's gonna rise in a while. In a while, you're gonna be just fine. In a while, you're gonna be just fine." If I said anything today, I'm saying, look, the sun's gonna come out after a while. In a while, what you thought was dark, what I thought was dark for me, was just preparing me to be this humble person that I am today. It was preparing me to be, stronger and then be able to take stuff. It was preparing me to be able to understand that everybody ain't against me. It was preparing me to understand that it's going to be all right even when it ain't going to be all right. It was preparing me to man up, to put the big boy drawers on. It was preparing me to grow a backbone. It was preparing me to grow a set of you know what. And I just thank God for the whole situation. I thank God. Even today, I thank God for the situation and the reason behind it. You know, how that old gospel hymnal. We will understand it better by and by. Trials dark on every hand, and we cannot understand. You know that y'all know that one. You cannot. You don't know that you're going through it till you done been through it. That's a that's a rough situation, but you done been through it. You done made it through it. A lot of folks, a lot of folks that are on here, they trying to make it. Go for it. Keep going. Keep pushing forward. Look at your uh, the things that YouTube studio. Look what people are looking at. What you're drawn to. What people are you're drawing towards you, and then use that to your benefit. Grow and keep on growing, but don't just stop or start at YouTube. Do other things. Have an A B C D E elemental. Be like the element. Have an elemental P. All that. Not the elemental P y'all think I'm talking about, but have backup plans so that you can grow and then you can be satisfied with yourself and you can protect yourself and your family. Guys, you don't know that a lot of times just talking things out, you guys have been a blessing to me. And I got one was from England and my man Blue Chicken from Australia. I don't know why I do that because I know that's not an Australian accent. It's freaking stupid. But there are a lot of nice people out here that I do enjoy watching, and and I appreciate. If you didn't ever hear me say it, because I don't really type much. A lot of times I'm driving. I just give you the smiley face, but just know that you're appreciated and you guys are good folks. Just know again, I, I'm just a simple person. I'm simple in my actions. I'm simple in my the things I do. Like I said in the beginning, I just got to be me. It used to get on my nerves. My wife, who was my wife at the time, I said, why are you doing all this nice stuff? It's just I'm just being normal. Ooh. And I'm like, oh, it didn't dawn on me that I need to just be me. And when you just be yourself, that's going to grow yourself. Even if it don't grow anywhere else, it's going to grow in you. And you make that positive whatever, come out. It's like I there was one lady, I don't know, I think she's in here, that I checked out of town right before I went to bed, and she was showing these tiles, man. They were the I wouldn't say cute because that's gay, but they were on point. And yeah, I'm talking like a man now. Yeah, that's gay. Oh no, they were pretty. No, no, they were on point. I liked them, so I got to put you on my watch list because because you put something that caught my interest. My interest is all over the place. That's why I said, you know what, I might I might have to make my YouTube name longer. I don't know. But that's why I started OTR OTR Farmer, over the road truck. By the way, my babies are growing. I got to get a secure way to hold them because I know one pot, that tomato plant is ready to bite the dust, and I'll be hurt. So I got to figure out a way to secure that. I'll probably do that today. But we're gonna cut it a little short today, guys. I just want to say I appreciate y'all. Y'all, I think it looks like we got 7 in there. Thanks everyone for coming in. Just know that if you don't think nobody loves you, there's a lot of stuff been said this morning. Know that God loves you, and I love you too. Y'all have a blessed day. See you tomorrow. I'm gonna be, like I said, I gotta work on being hyper. Welcome to the channel. Shit like Kermit the Frog or whatever. But we gonna be there tomorrow. So be there, be square, be blessed, and have a nice day.